Welcome back to Girls Can Grill 2. Last week we grilled up some hamburger patties and 100% beef dogs. This week we're going to be doing T-bone steaks. The T-bone is from the loin. The loin is located between the ribs and the sirloin of the animal. These steaks are substantial. You can see in size, like they are huge. So we're gonna be cooking at about 400 degrees. I have my grill there now. I definitely want to clean up my grill. The last thing that I cooked on there left a little bit of residue, and so I'm gonna just take a brush, a grill brush really quick, and do a quick cleaning of the grill. You want to make sure your grill's good and hot when you clean it. Just helps get that really nice and clean. Another option that you can do if you don't have a grill brush or your brush is kind of on its last leg, you can fold up some foil and make a nice ball with it, aluminum foil, and then just use your tongs and kind of scratch. I won't do it too long. All right, our grill looks great. We're gonna keep that lid down to keep our temperature up towards 400 degrees. I'm going to season our steaks. Now again, if you haven't heard me say it before, keep it simple with seasoning. All you really need is a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic. So I'm gonna use the blend that my family makes, which again, just pepper, salt, and garlic. Don't get carried away. We're gonna do a nice rub on the meat. All right. So I'm gonna go rinse up my hands really quick, and then we're gonna get these steaks on the grill and grill for about 3 minutes. All right, so we're gonna get our T-bones on the grill. See if I can balance everything. Doing pretty good. All right. Hear them start to sear. There are some people that love to cook very, very hot and fast. My dad would be one of those people. But I like to cook more at a medium heat. So again, we're down to about 350 degrees. You can turn up our heat. And again, you're constantly watching your temperature, seeing how the protein's doing, playing with your toggles a little bit to make sure that your grill's at the right temperature for you. So again, there's no like one size fits all for grilling. Your grill is going to have its own kind of personality. It runs maybe a little hot, maybe it's a little cooler. So we're gonna let those steaks cook for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer again so that I do not forget or get distracted, lose track of time. All right, I'm going to go get my plate cleaned up and I'll be back with you in just a few moments. All right, our timer is going off. I'm glad that I set that. We're gonna take a peek at our T-bones. So they're looking good. I'm gonna let them grill on that side for about another minute or so. I also wanted to mention for my side today, which again, it's just an idea for you guys. I'm gonna grill some romaine. So I just cut the romaine hearts in half and I'm just going to have them the cut side down on the grill and just get those grill marks on the romaine and kind of treat it like a wedge salad if you've had one of those. They're made usually of iceberg, but we're just gonna drizzle over some ranch dressing and do some bacon bits and maybe some cherry tomatoes or something. So kind of fun. A little bit different than what we typically see salad as. Usually it's loose and in a bowl, so it's kind of fun when you have your own little romaine heart to enjoy. All right, taking a peek at our T-bones. They look like they are ready to flip. So we are going to grab these guys. Okay, we're gonna let those be for about 3 more minutes before we are probably ready to pull them off the grill. One thing I wanted to mention is just on the sides that you choose with the barbecue or the night that you're grilling, especially if you're gonna be grilling independently or you really wanna enjoy the experience of grilling, to choose sides that can either be on the grill with your beef, something that is already pre-made, that you've got it made in the fridge and then you'll just be walking out to add it once the beef is done. Today, like I mentioned, we're gonna be doing the romaine. One thing that we really love, it's just not the time of year yet, but in August when the peaches are on here locally, my kids and I love to go to the peach orchard, pick some peaches, and then when we come home, my husband loves, he made a Santa Maria barbecue. If you haven't seen what a Santa Maria barbecue is, definitely Google it. They're based out of Santa Maria, California, but he made one, and so we brought our peaches home home and we just have them, pulled their pits, and then you can grill them too with your steaks, and they were so good. I'd seen pictures, they look beautiful, but last summer was the first time that we were consistently just loving grilled peaches. So again, think of things that are super simple that you can do with you on the grill so that you can be enjoying who you're with in the outdoors versus stressing about getting back inside for something that needs to be pulled from the oven, or your house gets hot from the oven being on. Just keep your mess and your focus out here on the grill, and I think you'll be really having a blast with the experience. So, all right. I think we're gonna take a peek, make sure we're not, that one burner likes to be on fire, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here. For me, this steak right here is just right for me. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. Remember, they're gonna have to rest for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna put those on a plate. I'm gonna tuck them away in the kitchen for now, cover them with maybe a little bit of foil. They're gonna continue to cook, so make sure that you pull them off prematurely. And while I have my grill, I'm gonna turn these, I can turn these all the way off now. And I'm just gonna let the heat that is remaining do a little grill on our romaine. So I'm gonna put, again, cut side down. We just want these to obviously get a little grill mark on them. We're not looking to cook our romaine. So I'm gonna be quick about getting these steaks to the kitchen. All right, so as our romaine gets a little bit grilled, I'd love to talk to you about what we're doing with our cattle right now. During the summer, it's a lot different than the other seasons. It feels a little more hands-off, but it's just because the cattle are turned out on a public lands permit. So in June, we take them up onto our mountain permit that's through the BLM and the Forest Service. We're able to turn them out in a very large area, and they graze in the mountains from June to about October. In October, we start riding it with horses to try and get those cattle to come back down to lower ground where we load them up, and then we bring them back down to the valley so that we're ready to be able to feed them long hay to make sure and keep them in good health and make sure that they have good access to the feed that they need. All right, we just pulled our romaine off, and I'm gonna head in the kitchen to get it plated, and I'll be right back out with the meal to share with you all. With the T-bone, on this side of the bone, that's the filet mignon. Like, that's the end of the filet mignon. And then on this side, it's the New York strip, which that is one of my favorite cuts. I definitely can feed 2 people in our household with this one steak. So I would carve out this New York and cut it in half for sure. And then this filet, you guys will have to arm wrestle over because it's so tender and good. Thank you for joining me this week as we grilled up some T-bones together. I know this cut can be intimidating based off of maybe its price or its size, but I hope that watching this video today gave you the tips and tricks that you need to successfully grill this cut on your own. I have confidence in you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on my social media platforms. I'd love to answer those for you. And as always, I hope to see you next week on another episode of Girls Can Grill Too.